Hey y'all, Moses here. In today's video, we're talking about Valorant, a game I've been playing a lot of over the last couple of days since the beta came out. I've had the opportunity to at least learn the fundamentals. This is a beginner series designed to show you some insights into the characters as I learn them. And today we're talking about Cypher. Cypher is a defensive character that has a lot of capabilities in the game to control the flow of the action, as well as provide a ton of information to your team. So if you are playing Cypher or you want to learn how to play him, we're going to do that in today's video. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, so here we are, Cypher. Let's go over his abilities before we jump into the nitty-gritty. All right, so the skills left to right. The trap wire, which is your C ability, is a trap wire that you can place anywhere as long as there's two walls facing each other that will trip whenever an enemy runs through it and reveal their location until they destroy the trap or the trap detonates and stuns them for a period of time. While they are attached to the trap, it will reveal their location in real time. So if they're in a smoke, you can see exactly where they are. It's not a ping, a constant feed of their location. So a very powerful utility for locking down sites and using to cut off rotate paths and that kind of stuff to feed information to your team. Even when your trap gets destroyed, you can let them know that there's a presence of an enemy somewhere on the map, depending on what goes down. The next one is the Cyber Cage, which is the deployable and triggerable smoke, which you can detonate at your leisure as long as you're alive. If you're dead, obviously you can't detonate it, so the trap will be useless. So it's essentially just a cage on the ground that will slow enemies inside of it, as well as obscure vision. The spy camera is the signature ability, which is a placeable spy camera that you can jump in and out of at your leisure. You can place it most areas in the map. There's certain height restrictions and stuff. You'll know where you can place the camera because it'll be blue. And then your ultimate, which is neural theft. You require an enemy corpse. So let's say you get a pick at a certain area in the map. You use your ultimate ability, throw it down on the corpse, and it will reveal the location temporarily of all enemies on the map, regardless of where they are. There will be a snapshot visual to show you exactly where they are physically, as well as they will all appear on the minimap for a brief time. So you get a very good idea as to where all the enemies are on the map, at least for a short time. So Cypher is all about control, and specifically on the defense side, I'm standing here on Haven, which is one of my favorite maps because it presents so many opportunities. And I want to show you what a standard setup for Cypher on defense will look like. So because this is the B main entrance, you want to make sure that you have your traps down here to obscure any C-long pushes. You want to make sure that you have your trap also at chest height. I see a lot of people, by the way, you can pick these up if you don't like their placement. I see a lot of people do this
goes here.
But obviously someone can just jump over that. So you want to make sure that you put your traps at around chest height so people can walk through it. And even if they jump through, they will likely hit it as well. And just for reference, that's what the Cyber Cage looks like when you trigger it. And you can see just how high it is. An interesting trick that I've seen as well, that if let's say you're coming through on the attacking side and you wanted to check up above you, you could actually throw the smoke down into the entrance of an area, pop the trigger, go inside of it, and look up. Now this is not the best example of that, but we'll get into that when we're on the attacking side. So this is what it looks like, the standard setup, and then you can leave your camera up here. So this allows Cypher to be able to jump in and out of his camera and check the C-long approach without revealing himself. You can stand in the back of the site. You can stand all the way back here. It doesn't matter where you are. You can jump back into your camera at any time and double check, as well as detonate your traps if there is a presence here that you have that you need to rotate back, or you're somewhere else. Whatever, you can slow a push remotely. In addition, on the spy camera, I should have mentioned this. You can fire a recon dart. So if you see an enemy pushing up through here and you hit him with that dart, it will again ping their location repeatedly until they actively remove the dart. So you actually have to hit F and remove the dart, or it will continually ping your location. And as a new game, a lot of people don't fully understand all the abilities yet, and this will continue as the game introduces newer players. Some people just don't know what to do, and they'll just leave the dart in forever, and it makes for easy pickings. So that's the standard setup, at least on the C site. for Cypher, and that kind of gives you an example as to how you can use them on a defense. So I'm going to go ahead and trigger and pick up all these traps. And I want to show you a bit of an example of what it looks like on the attacking side. Okay, so now we're on the attacking side. And for a lot of people who choose Cypher, they kind of, and my default thought was like, well, how am I supposed to use my traps and stuff that are meant to lock down sites offensively when I'm on a specific map? So just to give you a couple of examples or some things to kind of provoke some thought, is let's pretend here for a minute that you guys are going all at A. You're doing a 2-3 split, 2 up long, 3 down short, and you're all going A, which is going to allow anyone playing the C site or the B site to come up through spawn and then come in behind you, even if you have a successful take. So there's a couple of ways you can think to use your traps. One is going to be information. So I like to leave my camera, especially even if I'm defending, I like to leave my camera just kind of chilling up here. Now, the camera will be visible when you're in it, moving around. It's very obvious. People will be able to see it if they're paying even a medium amount of attention. But when it is stealth and it's not in use, I don't think you can see it. But there might be a blue outline. I can't recall. But regardless, if you think about how you would want to protect yourself or at least aid your team with your utility, you can actually leave these traps behind you as you guys make your approach. So you leave your camera in the back. You can leave a smoke at the front as well. Say you have a successful retake. Have a successful take on the A site. You can actually set your traps up in the same way that you would if you were defending it. So you can check your cameras for any flankers coming from the A long approach. You can set your traps up in a way that if people come up short to try and defuse or whatever, you can have your traps set up here as well as here, so you can smoke off any approach into the site. And even then, you can use your traps as an approach, so you can pop the smoke, make sure you're not going to be attacked from above from a jet or otherwise. And that allows you to kind of obscure an approach onto a specific angle, and utilize your traps in an offensive way. Even post-plant situations, you can be very creative where you leave your traps, because your teammates won't trigger them. So you can leave these traps all over the site if you haven't used them yet, and really make it difficult for an attacking team to swarm the site, or a defending team rather, to swarm the site. As you can deploy your smokes, especially around your traps. If someone's in the smoke, hits the trap, you're standing outside the smoke, they can't see you at all. You can step up and just spam them, even if they have time, even if they have the wherewithal to destroy these traps while they're in the smoke. You can step out and kill them quite easily. So using Cypher to gain information as you move around the map or even onto a site is very useful. Let's say you have a situation where there are smokes down, the brimstone smoke is here. It's not going to be the same, but just for the sake of showing you, you can just chuck your camera up on the wall and take a quick peek into sight. Even if they destroy your camera, you're going to have some information. Is there anyone in the window before you even make this approach? So you can just step to the side, chuck your camera up on the wall really quickly, and just get a quick peek. Even if it's not necessarily at the right height, you can just kind of chuck it up on the side there, take a quick peek. Even if you have time, hit someone with a recon bolt, force them just a little bit of a distraction so your team can make their play onto the site, and then you can fight your way in from there. And really, as far as when you use your ultimate, that's going to be very situational. It's just a pure information gathering tool, so you can use it at your leisure. I'm not going to think that Cypher is going to be priority to receive ultimate orbs, or even if you're passing around the spike to make it so that your one specific character is getting either plants or diffuses, that kind of stuff, to stack ultimate points. I don't think Cypher's ult is necessarily on the same level as some other ultimates, but it is still very good at collecting information. So I'm going to go map to map, not necessarily in this video, but in time I'll kind of have Cypher guides for different maps as I learn the game and as I get better at playing Cypher, who is one of my favorite characters. And I think I might do this for some of the other characters I've been enjoying as well. So if you are a Cypher player, and if you have any tips, leave them down in the comments below. Let me know how you've been enjoying the character, how you've been utilizing your traps, that kind of stuff. There's just so much learning when it comes to these new games that I want to get as good as possible. I certainly don't know everything yet, And I think that this character is going to be a mainstay, and I've noticed him already in high-level scrims being used quite a lot. So if you are playing Cypher, let me know your tips and tricks. You can also follow me on Twitter at wtfmoses. Let me know there. I do stream every day on Facebook at facebook.com/wtfmoses or fb.gg/wtfmoses, whatever you prefer. So that's it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this little intro to Cypher, and I'm looking forward to making more of this content. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.